Hey, Shalom, giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakaryam, Shal Yash Allah. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. And what you're looking at is a location in Syria. Apparently, the small hats down there in Israel and set off this new branch of war. There's really an old feud that the Lord is reigniting, between Israel and Syria. Syria is an ally of Russia. See, everything is going back to the prophecies, man. You're gonna find out we have a more sure word of prophecy. Now, this is extremely serious. This is really, really good, because we know the least of the flock, which is Israel, shall draw America in this war. Israel has so many wars, and they're very hated. They're small amongst the Middle East, but they're very hated right now. You got them going into Lebanon. You got them going against Egypt. You got them going against Iran. You got them going against Syria. You got the Houthis on them. You got Hezbollah on them. How much would this small area that's the size of New Jersey, Israel is the size of New Jersey, how much can they take in that Middle East before they really got to bring the big guns in? That this thing turns nuclear. That's where we at. This is another important chip to the puzzle. And yesterday, you have something called nuclear action codes. You send these out on a regular basis. Usually a nuclear action code is about 30 characters long. This action code that went out was about 126 characters. That only goes out in a serious time of an event happening. You go check it out yourself. So something is brewing. The Lord is about to take this to the next level. It's so much happening in the earth. It becomes overwhelming as soon as you turn your phone on. Videos like this. I'm gonna play this in a second. It's just staring in your face, because we had a serious time, but we had a serious pace as well. This is Nahum 1 verse 3 NLT. The Lord, whose name is Yahweh, is slow to get angry, but his power is great. And the Lord about to show that. And he never lets the guilty go unpunished. And you Edomites, man, this is why all this is happening. Your punishment is right around the corner. It says he displays his power in the whirlwind, so those tornadoes, hurricanes, and in a storm. The blowing clouds are the dust beneath his feet. At his command, the ocean dry up and the rivers disappear. Like, we can go back to the Euphrates, that's dried up. All the hurricanes, the flash floods. They just had a flash flood up here in Jersey, man, 48 hours ago. A few people passed away. They're having these storms and these floods happen in strange places right now. We don't have that up here in New Jersey, but it happened because this is the Lord's anger, his indignation. The Lord is coming for this place, man. At his commandment, the oceans dry up and the rivers disappear. The lush pastures of Bashan and Carmel fade. Those were areas that was known for their gardens. And the green forest of Lebanon, Lebanon was known for its trees, wither. In his presence, the mountains quake and the hills melt away. The earth trembles and its people are destroyed. Who can stand before his fierce anger? People going to see that Yahweh and his son Yahushua is behind this whole thing. The Lord is ending this kingdom right now. Who can stand before his fierce anger? Who can survive his burning fury? Going back to those bombs. The Lord got everything set up. You don't know you being set up for the second death. That's why things are popping off in that Middle East. You better pay attention to what's happening with Israel, man. These are major players in the game, America and Israel. Who can survive his burning fury? His rage blazes forth like fire. And they tell you the Lord is coming with that fire. Those bombs, those lasers coming from those chariots. And the mountains crumble to dust in his presence. Yahweh is good and strong refuge when trouble comes. He is close to those who trust him. And who's gaining more trust? The hopeful elect. We have a more sure word of prophecy. We believe what the Bible say. We know that this right here, as well as everything that's happening with these wars and rumors of wars, are all biblical.
The Bible says that Damascus will be destroyed in the latter days, okay? And we're seeing Israel striking Damascus more and more. Here we have some footage that was released by the Israeli military, and it shows this strike on this building here. Let me play this for you.
One of the biggest frustrations I've constantly faced with crypto is trying to on-ramp my cash quickly. With Kraken, I can...
So I believe this is the Ministry of Defense in Syria. Massive strikes. Looks like multiple strikes here. 4 kabooms right there, completely annihilating the entire Ministry of Defense building. And I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's the presidential palace or what, but massive strikes here, okay, right on the Syrian government. Okay, that is absolutely huge news. And the strikes occurred even after the Trump administration asked Israel to halt the attacks.
Yeah, because they're not listening to them, man. Israel controls America, man. Them small hats. Them J-double-O's, man. They control the world. Now you're going to start to see. They went against everything that America counseled them with, even down to Iran. Because they're in charge. They're clearing the world for the New World Order, not knowing it's going to slip out of their hands. It's going to fall apart. Because we're following prophecy. They're doing their own thing. So they think.
The situation as worrisome, according to the U.S. Special Envoy for Syria, Tom Barrack. And apparently they have repeatedly urged Israel to halt its strikes. But on Wednesday, Israel warned it would intensify attacks if the Syrian government forces do not withdraw. The Syrian Foreign Ministry said several civilians and security force members were killed in the Israeli strikes, but did not provide specific figures. In a statement, the ministry condemned the Israeli attacks, calling them a blatant violation of the sovereignty of the Syrian Arab Republic. The Trump administration has asked Israel to stop its strikes on Syrian forces in the south of the country, citing a U.S. official. The official said Israel promised that it would cease the attacks on Tuesday evening, but on Wednesday, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said the military will intensify its attacks on government forces in Suwaida.
Now, with that
southwestern...
when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. They promise him one thing. Oh, it's going to be a ceasefire. And hours later, kaboom! Because we in that day, man. The Lord said things shall come into the minds of Russia. The Lord is controlling this here, man. You know, we at the end of an age, of a world. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3 NLT. When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, Then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin, and there will be no escape. There's no escape, man. These prophecies are undefeated. The Lord's Spirit is walking through the earth right now. This is Jeremiah 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon, aka America, become a desolation among the nations? And Israel will draw America into these fights here, man. Now they reignited this Syrian war on top of, this second attack they about to do on Iran. Oh, things are speeding up, man. You better prepare yourself, brace yourself. The fun and games about to stop. I have laid a snare for you, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Like these people, man. The people make up Babylon, okay? These people are not aware of what's going on. Even these military soldiers. These women up in the military forces twerking and shit. Getting unlawful discharges for having sex and, multiple things that happens up in this military, man. It's like a shit show, like a whorehouse. The American military is a whorehouse, man. This is what's going on while they're inching closer and closer to World War III. The final war of Armageddon. People are playing games. They're not aware. The politicians are not aware. The teachers, they're recruiting students to go into the military as their only option to a career safety. This is what's happening. If you knew that these prophecies were speaking and it's walking through the earth right now, you would know that let me not sign my kid up for the military. They're going over there to the Middle East, or they're going over there to China, or they're going up there to Russia. You want to know that? Because thou hast striving against Yahweh. Yahweh hath opened his armory. The Lord is tired, man. Now the fun and games going to stop. The Lord has opened his armory. And the armory is filled with many things. Money, gold, guns. Yahweh hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. That's these militaries. These bombs. They're part of the Lord's weapons, man. For this is the work of Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans, which was the wise people at the time of Babylon. Chaldeans will be these scientists that do their work, that created the smith, that the Lord has set up. Now everything is ready to go. That's why you're hearing more and more stories like this, man. Hey, this is just breaking. Now Israel is setting it off with Syria. With Syria, new levels, new capacity, wars and rumors of wars, giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Hakuta Shalom.